Imagine holding the world in your hands, the hands of a millionaire surgeon, a man who could fix broken hearts but couldn't see his own fate coming. How does someone treated like a god in medicine end up as a nameless drifter, rescued by a miracle he planted decades earlier? Today, you're about to hear a powerful story of pride, loss, and the invisible hand of God. But first, let me ask you something. Would you recognize an angel in your life if he was dressed in rags and didn't even remember his own name? December 1930, Dr. Julian Sterling didn't just walk the streets of New York, he owned them. His mansion on Fifth Avenue stood like a palace of marble and gold. Inside, the sound of crystal glasses and silver cutlery echoed through halls filled with power and prestige. Julian was the most sought-after surgeon on the East Coast. Senators, millionaires, celebrities, they all trusted his hands, cold, precise, unshakable. To him, life was nothing more than a problem already solved. He had Clara, whose smile could light up any room, and little Leo, a 4-year-old boy who looked at his father like he was invincible. That cold afternoon, his 1929 Cadillac purred down the road, a symbol of absolute control. He was heading to Rochester, where a lecture would cement his legacy forever. The snow, just a minor detail. At least, that's what he thought. The road turned into a white nightmare. The wind howled like a beast, shaking the car. "Julian, please, slow down," Clara whispered, holding Leo tightly in the back seat. But Julian's ego was louder than the storm. He believed his hands could control anything. He was wrong. In seconds, everything was gone. The crash wasn't just metal hitting metal, it was the sound of a life being torn apart. The car flipped again and again before silence swallowed everything. When Julian woke up, the cold was the only thing left. He crawled through the wreckage, but it was too late. Clara and Leo were gone, forever. That night, something inside him broke, not just his heart, but his mind. The pain was too much, so his brain did the only thing it could. It erased him. 20 years passed. Julian Sterling no longer existed. He became a ghost, wandering the frozen roads of New York. His hands, once steady and admired, were now dirty, shaking, forgotten. He wasn't a doctor anymore. He wasn't even a man with a past, just a drifter, searching for warmth in a cold world. Until one day, something changed. His steps led him to a small town called Lancaster, a quiet place, known for its deep faith. It was there, under the wooden porch of a small church, that Pastor Samuel found him, freezing, weak, broken. But Samuel didn't see a stranger. He saw a miracle, because 20 years earlier, that same man had saved his life. Samuel remembered everything: the hospital, the surgery, the doctor who refused to give up on him. Now, it was his turn. While Julian was running from his past, Samuel was fighting for his future, with patience, with kindness, with faith. He gave him food, shelter, hope, even when Julian tried to run away, afraid of a love he didn't understand. The final battle came on a hospital bed. Julian was dying from severe pneumonia, weak, fading, almost gone. But Samuel refused to give up. Day after day, he read the word of God beside him. "You are not what pain made you," Samuel whispered. "You are who God says you are." Then, it happened. In a quiet afternoon, something broke inside Julian. But this time, in a different way. The darkness melted. The memories came back. The tears followed. He remembered Clara. He remembered Leo. He remembered who he was. And more importantly, he remembered his purpose. Julian didn't go back to his old life. He didn't return to the pride, the money, the fame. Instead, he chose something greater. He was baptized in that small church in Lancaster, and from that moment on, his hands belonged to something bigger than himself. Julian Sterling became the chief. surgeon of a small regional hospital. Not for money, not for power, but to serve. He turned that hospital into a place of hope, a place of miracles, a place where lives were changed, just like his. Because in the end, he learned one powerful truth: science without faith is blind, and the greatest wealth a man can have is the light he leaves behind. Now tell me, do you believe that nothing is sluchino? Or could it be that some encounters are part of a greater plan?